Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to have a discussion with you guys about normal defensive shootings versus shit hit the fan type of situations. Okay, and there is a significant difference in the defensive shooting that you are likely to encounter on in normal everyday life, as we know it. Um, Regardless of what's happening or how terrible it is, even if it's a mass shooting, we expect that this situation is going to be a short-term problem. Okay, it may be a deadly problem, but it is short-term. It is going to last for a relatively short period of time. Usually minutes, but it could be hours. At worst case, it may be a day or two. But that's really extreme. This sort of stuff usually doesn't last that long. And the significance there is that we are expecting that that help will arrive. Okay, we're expecting that things will return to normal, normal in the sense that the not necessarily your life is going to return to normal, especially if you've been hurt or somebody dear to you has been hurt in that situation. But life around you is going to return to normal in a short period of time. Compared to a shit hit the fan type of situation where basically there's a breakdown in society. Okay, we don't expect things will return to normal within a number of days, or even possibly within a number of months, or even possibly a few years. We don't expect things to return to normal, and that might be because of some natural disaster. The asteroid fell, the super volcano went off, the nuclear bomb dropped. Whatever it is, we don't expect that things are going to return to normal, and for the most part, you cannot expect police to assist you. Okay, and that's the difference. Okay, and in the training that I do, I cover both. Okay, I cover the more normal everyday defensive shooting type situations. Okay, that's on one side, and I also cover the I also cover these shit hit the fan type of situations where basically society has broken down, and there is no police, or the police are they're not there to help you. There's a good chance that they're at that point they're in the same boat as you. They're looking for supplies. They're looking for a way to survive. They're looking for a way to feed their family in that type of a situation. Okay, so they're in no better position than you. They're certainly not in a position to help you. Okay, so those are the two situations. Now, in the common self-defense shooting, in normal society, right? That's before, that's not the shit at the fan type of situation. What I usually do is I follow the NRA protocols. Okay, and the reason why I follow NRA protocols is because that is what is sort of commonly accepted. Okay, I want to be able to say, or I want my students to be able to say that or not them, but rather their lawyer, be able to say that this person did this, and that, because that is they took this course, and that is what the course recommended, and that is what is commonly accepted in that situation. So even if it might be a situation where I don't fully agree with it, that is what I'm going to recommend, because that is what that's an easier defense to make in the court. Because remember, you're dealing with the immediate threat, right, where you're trying to stop the person or the people trying to harm you, but then there's the aftermath that we also have to deal with. Okay, we're going to have to deal with the media, and worse, we're going to have to deal with the police, and we're going to have to deal with the courts and the lawyers and all that stuff. So we need, so when I train people for personal protection and normal everyday self-defense, that has to be part of the program. That has to be considered. Not just how they're going to deal with the immediate threat, but how are they going to deal with with the police and with the lawyers. And that's the details of that are a separate video. Okay, I don't want to get too deep into that. But the basic idea there is that you shoot to stop the threat. Okay, you do whatever's necessary to stop the threat, and that's as far as you go. Basically, if you're being attacked, you shoot. If that threat no longer becomes a threat, if they're running away, you don't continue shooting. You let them go away. You don't pursue. Okay, you're not there to arrest. You're not there to to stop them from getting away. You're there to your role in that position is to stop the immediate action of them trying to hurt you. And basically, beyond that, basically, we expect that police are going to be showing up, and basically at that point, we're already on the phone with our lawyers. Basically, in an ideal situation, as soon as the police arrive, we don't have the gun visible; it's already in our holster. And basically, we've already contacted our lawyer. We put the cell phone in our pocket, and as soon as the police arrive, say, "Listen, I had to shoot." Because my life was in danger, and I have a cell phone in my pocket with my lawyer on, who would like to talk to you. Okay, so basically, you want the lawyer to do the talking for you. You don't want to talk to police. So that's one side of the equation, and that's not the focus of this video really. I just wanted to kind of draw a separation between the normal stuff and the shit hit the fan type of situation. In the other situation, there is no police. There is no lawyers. At least not in anywhere in the near future. It might be years down the road, but there's certainly nothing like that immediate. So the difference is that in that type of situation, if you are being attacked, okay, and of course, again, you are trying to stop, you're trying to stop the threat, right? But here's the thing: in that type of situation, if things change a little bit. If they're running away, do you continue shooting? Do you pursue them? Because here's the difference, okay? In that type of situation, they're running away. If they get away, there is a good chance that they're going to come back, and they're going to come back with more guns and with more of their buddies to help them do whatever they want to do to you. And I'm not saying that this is the way, I'm giving you some ideas to think about, okay? In a shit hit the fan type of situation, if you're being attacked and you might be in a position where you are defending yourself. If the people attacking you get away, there's nothing to stop them from coming back, because they're not going to be arrested. There's no police that are now going to go pursue them to make sure that they don't come back at you. There's a good chance that they will in fact come back at you. And then it brings to mind, there's other things that we got to consider. For example, if some of them are wounded in a firefight with you, do you assist them? Don't you assist them? Are you going to use your medical supplies and whatever food rations you have to help the wounded people that try to raid you? Are you going to take prisoners? Okay, suppose they surrender. Okay, let's say you have a group. There's 10 of you and 10 of them, and basically you get the upper hand. You manage to surround them. They surrender. Okay, what do you do at that point? Okay, do you take them as prisoners? Again, police are not going to show up to take them away. You're now stuck with them. Okay, now you got to feed them. Furthermore, what is to stop them from, when you're sleeping, from them slitting your throat and taking whatever they were there to take in the first place? Okay, are you going to keep them tied up for indefinitely, forever? Again, I'm not giving you guys answers here. I'm giving you guys things to think about in that type of a situation. How would you handle that? If you look at the way our military, let's say, we're all familiar with, with the Iraq wars, right? When we invaded, that they were taking thousands and thousands of prisoners. Okay, that's a situation where they had control, right? They had established a dominance. Okay, that is not the way that the U.S. military was acting during World War II. On the Japanese islands, okay? The U.S. military did not take many prisoners on the Japanese islands, okay? And there was really a lot of good reasons for that. In many cases, when the Japanese were trying to surrender, it was in fact a suicide mission, and they had, they were armed, or they had grenades where they were trying to blow themselves up. So for these reasons, the U.S. military did not take too many prisoners on the islands during World War II when they were fighting the Japanese. Okay, so and the basic idea there is that you cannot take prisoners unless you've established a dominance, and unless you have the ability to actually hold them and control them and care for them. Okay, so again, just things for you guys to think about, because you don't want to think about something like this in the future when it's actually happening. You want to think about this, in advance. Think about it now. Think about what you would do in that type of a situation. And there's no easy answer. And you may not even want to share the answer, because it might not be a very pleasant answer. But it is something for you guys to think about in that type of situation. And that's the difference between, a normal, everyday defensive shooting type of situation and a shit hit the fan type of situation where you don't have any, too many options. There's no help coming. Okay, you're on your own, and you're going to be on your own for a while. Post some comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you guys soon.